What's up, guys? I'm Noah with Tulster, and today I'm with Conrad. He is the head of development for the ARC, and he's got a quick update for us.
Hey guys, as one social media user noted, this is the longest tease of the year. Actually, it's more like 2 years. We've been working on this project a lot longer than most of you realize. So I wanted to show you where we're at in development and give you an idea of what remains to be finalized. And I don't have a strict timeline, but I can kind of give you a general one. So here's where we're at right now. This is the ARC as it currently stands. So what we've designed is a very compact holster. It's got close cuts all around. You don't have any hot spots on the holster right here. You have a flat back. We have a foam wedge we've developed that you can attach to it. We're probably gonna go with a medium sweat guard, but we may have an option for a tall. We're not 100% sure on that yet. It's one of those things that we get mixed feedback on, but there's definitely a bit of a hot spot when you use a tall sweat guard. If we go with a medium, it'll resolve that. And since it's an optic capable holster anyway, you're not covering up the rear sights like you would be on a profile holster. Something is going to be touching you. So that's one consideration, one thing we're still working on. We've closed the bezel around the light to protect it. You still have an opening around the muzzle here for threaded barrels for dirt and rocks and other stuff like that to fall out. The first iteration we're doing is a dual overhook design with our own proprietary wing that we've developed. What's kind of cool about this is there's no hardware visible from the front of the wing. It all attaches on the back. We're gonna have a spacer system so you can stand it up or have it lower as you desire. We're still working on this. This isn't the final design, but you have a Tegris option that you can slide this over to give you a better spread on the overhooks, help distribute the weight a little bit better and make it more stable. We'll also at some point have an option with a Tegris piece that can be used to attach a mag carrier or a knife or something like that, effectively turning it into a sidecar. It won't launch with that part. That's gonna be development, ongoing development, but it will be coming. The things that remain, this is the biggest part right here. So what's unique about this holster compared to other TLR7 holsters is that it actually is gonna have snap retention. Most, in fact, all the competitors that we tested were friction fit. Now, that's not to say they were bad holsters, but they don't have that click that you're used to with Kydex. So let me show you. We have an empty Glock 19 here. It's not going anywhere. It's still solid. Now the really cool part is this piece actually can come out and be replaced. So over time, if that retention nub wears down, we're not quite sure how it's gonna work yet. Either we'll send you a kit to replace it or have a program where you can send it back to us and we'll replace it for you. But if the shell is still good, we can essentially recondition it and make the retention like new again. So that's kind of the big thing we're still working on. That's been the hardest part to solve, hands down. We've been working on that for several months by itself. We're almost there. The question now is how to move from a 3D printed part to an injection molded part. And that brings with it some special considerations because there's some shapes and geometry you just can't injection mold. It's not possible. So that's where we're at. I want to say that we will be able to release these within the next few weeks. We're not waiting for the injection molded parts for the retention to show up. We're going to start with 3D printed parts because they do function just as well. Getting the injection molding done is a function of cost, not a function of availability. So I don't have a firm date yet, but I can tell you it's very, very close. Every time we've kicked it back a little bit, it's been for a good reason. We found something that we wanted to improve on the holster. We had a design that I thought we were gonna go with probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, actually probably 3 months ago now, honestly. But as we tested it and wore it and a lot of draws with the guns, we just found things that weren't quite up to par. And so rather than release a subpar product, we said, you know what, we're just gonna wait a little bit longer and keep working. I'm very proud of what we've come up with. There might be some minor changes yet. In fact, there will be some minor changes yet, but this is very close to what it's going to be. It is the most compact, and when I say compact, I'm talking about this dimension right here. The most compact light-bearing holster with a wing on the market that doesn't collapse when you draw your gun. I know of one that's smaller, but you can't effectively reholster one-handed with that product. This one solves that problem because we retain the rigid sight channel. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I think the weight's gonna be worth it. We're doing all the TLR7 and TLR7 sub-series lights first because this retention point is specifically designed for those. So that'll be your, your Glock 19, 17, your X Macro, your P365 XL, Hellcat Micro, all the stuff that goes with that. We'll end up rolling out the MPs, the VP9s, probably the Walther PDP, stuff we're seeing requests for. Certainly over time, we'll flesh it out even more than that, but that's where we're starting. The TLR1 and the X300 will be forthcoming. They're gonna be back in the queue a little further. We just don't see as much demand for those anymore. One cool thing I do wanna point out, any of the TLR7 holsters will fit the TLR7A, the TLR7X, and the new TLR7 HLX with the longer bezel. So you're not losing any ability if you choose to upgrade to that light. We're not making a separate holster for it. They're all gonna work for it together. Since the bodies are the same, that really wasn't hard to do. So anyway, I hope that's an update you guys are excited about. We're gonna try and drop some more information on social media here as we feel comfortable releasing it. We don't wanna mislead you, but we also wanna keep you apprised of what's going on. So thank you, have a great day.
In conclusion, the ARC holster is coming soon and it's gonna be worth the wait.